Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Taya Salah.
We get started with Nigeria Professional Football League, and Plateau United are back on the top of the table. And for MFM, after the 4-0 loss at Nasarawa, they are now third. Economy, second on the table.
Yeah, I mean, Cecilia, we expected Plateau United to, win their home game. They've done that. And for Plateau United, for Economy, home game as well to Fortress, and 22 in a row now. They've won at home. But for MFM, no one saw that capitulation coming against Nasarawa United. But it is what it is now. MFM are third on the log. But there's still a long way to go, so anything can still happen.
And also on the program, we're talking about Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. For the third time this year, rather this season, Roger Federer is just dominating Rafael Nadal.
Oh.
Which will you prefer, the old Federer or the new one?
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter. We like both Federers. It doesn't really matter. I mean, this guy is his best start to the season since 2006. When he went 33 to 1, he won 33 games, just won. Now he has 3 big titles already: Australian Open, Indian Wells, and the Miami Open.
One Grand Slam,
one
Grand Slam, and 2 Masters.
2 1,000 Masters. Yeah, incredible start to the season for Roger Federer. 19-1 record this year. I mean, it's supposed to be a comeback season for Roger Federer. It's looking very good for him at the moment. So congratulations to Roger Federer, Miami Open champion. Okay, let's move on the show now and to the NBA this time. Steph Curry scored 42 points to lead the Golden State Warriors to their 11th straight win. With just the playoffs around the corner, Cecilia, it's safe to say Golden State have the momentum on their side.
Yeah, #1 spot. Yes, that's it. No, I said #1 spot. That's it. I mean, gathering momentum or not, but then not so well for the teams from the Eastern Conference. But I think once you have the Golden State Warriors at this particular time of the season, you expect them to just continue with that run they started. That's why the fact that they're not really having the big boy KD. Then the other players are stepping up and they're just getting all the points and winning convincingly.
All the players are stepping up. We saw early this morning Sean Stevenson stepping up, scoring. Klay Thompson stepping up as well. To Draymond Green had a triple-double in that victory for the Golden State Warriors over the Washington Wizards. That match actually ended 139-115. It was a total annihilation for the Wizards. And we talked about Curry. He also recorded 8 assists, I beg your pardon, in that particular victory for the Warriors. So it's looking like the Warriors will seal the top spot in the Western Conference. And I think they'll go on to have the overall best record in the NBA as well this season. Let's move on now elsewhere. We saw Isaiah Thomas score 19 points in just 24 minutes to lead the Boston Celtics to a 110-94 victory over the New York Knicks. And as a result of that win, the Boston Celtics still maintain the lead, top position
over
in the Eastern Conference, and it's looking really good for Boston at the minute. We also saw the matchup between the San Antonio Spurs against the Utah Jazz. Kawhi Leonard scored 25 points and 7 assists in that game. It was a 109-103 victory for the Spurs. The Spurs still second behind Golden State in the Western Conference, and it's looking like it's going to stay that way when the season is over. There's also the matchup between the Thunder, OKC, and the Charlotte Hornets, and it ended 113 in favor, 101 in favor of the Thunder. Kemba Walker scoring 29 points to help Charlotte overcome Russell Westbrook's 6th straight triple-double to beat the OKC 113.
Yeah, he's got 40.
101. Now he's got 40. Cecilia, we want to
be right to you. Just one
more.
But they actually lost this game. Yeah, they lost this game.
I mean, they lost the game, but not because...
As much as 11 points.
Yeah, it wasn't a good...
It's 40 points, 13 rebound, 10 assists was not just even enough.
Nah, not enough at all. But I mean, the storyline has been like this for the past few weeks now.
Maybe we'll leave the results. We'll leave the results and focus on Russell Westbrook. By Tuesday, when they face Milwaukee Bucks, and if he's able to get his triple-double again, they would have tied the record.
It would have tied the record, and still has
a few more games to go,
actually
set
break
another one.
And hone that record.
Other players will start thinking of how they're going to catch Russell Westbrook. And he's still very active, and he's still playing.
He's 28 years old, so he still has, barring any serious injury.
Maybe 5 years active.
Still has a lot of years.
5 active years. Then if it's very, very fantastic, you can say 7, 8 active years.
Yeah, so it's looking really good. Remarkable stuff from Russell Westbrook. The last result of the night we're going to talk about is the Cavs needed double overtime to defeat the Indiana Pacers 135-130. The Cavs needed LeBron James to be at his best in that particular match. He ended up with a triple-double of 41 points and 16 rebounds and 11 assists. And that's LeBron James, King James, showing the way and leading the way for the Cavs.
He didn't have a
stumbled.
Because I think he got tired of being asked the question, what's happening and all that, why they derailing, why they're not playing so well and all.
Losing record in
there was
March.
Actually nothing in it. Exactly. For the first time in his, I think the only time LeBron James was involved in the team where they had to lose 11 games in March was actually in his rookie season when he just started playing for Cavs also. And now they've got that record again this season. So I felt he just thought about it, okay, I don't want these guys to keep talking about it or not. So he needed to step up, and he did. And they won the game.
Exactly. He had to do that because on the part of the Indiana Pacers, Paul George was having an incredible game as well. He scored 43 points in that game. So that's how it is in the NBA. Just 1 more week before the regular season is over, and it's going to be playoffs time. Okay, let's move on to the show now. And this time around, still basketball. Cecilia, incredible stuff because college March Madness, that's what it's targeted. That's the best of collegiate football, basketball in the United States of America. We're down to just 2 teams now. That's Gonzaga and the University of North Carolina. Those 2 teams will meet in the final. And for Gonzaga, Cecilia, this is basically a Cinderella run because it's a very small school in Washington with about 7,500 students, and they managed to advance to the championship this side with a 77-73 victory over South Carolina. So they're in the final, but they take on University of North Carolina, who are they're like
regular at the finals.
Exactly, So it's going to be a very tough one.
NCAA championship titles. So I mean, when you're looking at this particular team with about 29,000 students, they have so many students to pick from. But the one in Washington, I mean, everyone said it's a small school. They've never even dreamt of being in the last 4, talk less of them.
It's the first final,
into the final,
NCAA
first final they're getting into, and the fans are really not expecting so much. But then there's something everyone talk about when it comes to history. And what's the history? History is made when you reach a particular step and you just go a step further, to win it. But the other game for the women, Mississippi and South Carolina. South Carolina, well, if the men couldn't make it, but the women are in the final. So that's the game we're expecting tonight. And by tomorrow, the March Madness should be over.
Yeah, tonight at the University of Phoenix Stadium. So that's where it will go down between Gonzaga and North Carolina. Okay.